Ravens and crows, masters of disguise, tricksters extraordinaire, and possessors of an intelligence that rivals some primates. These birds have long fascinated scientists and bird enthusiasts alike. Yes, you read that right. Their cognitive abilities are nothing short of astonishing. These birds aren't just bird-brained, they're bird-brilliant. They can solve complex puzzles, remember human faces, and even plan for the future. In fact, some scientists believe they possess the intelligence of a 7-year-old human child. This comparison isn't made lightly. It comes from rigorous studies and observations. Now, whether that's a compliment to the birds or an insult to 7-year-olds is up for debate. But it certainly makes you think twice about the term bird brain. But one thing's for sure, underestimate these feathered geniuses at your peril. Their cunning and resourcefulness are legendary. They're known for their problem-solving skills, ability to use tools, and even their capacity for empathy. Yes, empathy. They can understand and respond to the emotions of other birds. This emotional intelligence is rare in the animal kingdom and sets them apart from many other species. Forget the stereotypes. These birds are far from bird brains. They're more like feathered Einsteins, constantly plotting, planning, and outsmarting anyone who dares to underestimate them. Their advanced planning skills are particularly impressive. They can hide food and remember its location for months, showcasing their incredible memory. And trust me, you don't want to be on the wrong side of a crow with a grudge. These birds have been known to remember human faces and hold grudges for years. Because, as we'll soon discover, their memories are long, and their thirst for revenge, it's something to be wary of. Well, let's just say it's best not to find out. These feathered Einsteins are not to be trifled with, and their intelligence continues to amaze and intrigue us. Remember that time you accidentally dropped your ice cream cone on the sidewalk? Crows remember. They have an incredible memory, especially when it comes to human faces and actions. Remember that time you jaywalked across the street, narrowly avoiding a speeding car? Crows remember that too. They are always watching, observing our every move with their sharp eyes. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating slightly. But the truth is, these birds are far more intelligent and perceptive than we often give them credit for. But seriously, crows possess an uncanny ability to recognize and remember human faces, particularly those they associate with negative experiences. This means if you've ever wronged a crow, it's likely to remember you. They've even been known to teach their offspring to recognize those same faces, ensuring the grudge is passed down through generations like a family heirloom. Imagine a family of crows, all holding a grudge against you because of one small mistake. So, the next time you encounter a crow, be on your best behavior. These birds are not just casual observers. They are keen judges of character. Offer it a peanut, unsalted of course, a friendly nod, or even a small gesture of goodwill. These small acts can go a long way in building a positive relationship with our feathered friends, or perhaps give a sincere compliment on its glossy plumage. Crows appreciate being noticed and respected. You never know. A little kindness might just save you from a lifetime of avian retribution. Crows have been known to reciprocate kindness with small gifts like shiny objects or food, because, as the old saying almost goes, if you make an enemy of a crow, expect to be bombarded with walnuts for the rest of your life. So, treat them well, and they might just become your unexpected allies. Here's a curious thing. Crows sometimes bring gifts to humans they deem worthy. Now, before you start picturing crows delivering tiny bouquets of flowers or hand-drawn thank you notes, let's be realistic. These gifts are more likely to be shiny trinkets, bottle caps, or the occasional dead worm. Charming, right? But what's the motivation behind this seemingly generous behavior? Are they genuinely trying to befriend us, or are these gifts merely strategic offerings intended to curry favor and maybe a few extra snacks? The answer, like most things Corvid-related, remains shrouded in mystery. Perhaps they simply enjoy watching us react with a mixture of amusement and mild disgust. Whatever the reason, one thing's for sure, crows are masters of keeping us guessing. Crows are highly vocal creatures communicating with a complex repertoire of caws, croaks, clicks, and whistles. Each sound carries a specific meaning, conveying information about food sources, potential threats, or even just general gossip. And yes, before you ask, they definitely gossip. But here's the truly remarkable part. Crows don't just communicate with each other, they can also learn to mimic human speech. Don't get too excited, they're not about to start reciting Shakespeare or engaging in philosophical debates. However, they can learn to say a few words or phrases, often with surprising clarity. So the next time you hear a crow utter hello, goodbye, or even feed me, you mortal fool, don't be too alarmed. It's probably just trying to befriend you, or demand snacks. It's hard to tell with crows. Section 5. Murder Most Foul, the Social Lives of Crows. Here's a fun fact to impress your friends at your next cocktail party. A group of crows isn't called a flock, a herd, or even a gaggle. It's called a murder. This term has intrigued many and often sparks curiosity about these fascinating birds. Why such a morbid term for these otherwise intelligent birds? Crows are known for their remarkable intelligence, often compared to that of primates. They can use tools, solve complex problems, and even recognize human faces. No one knows for sure, but it might have something to do with the raucous, seemingly chaotic nature of their gatherings. When crows come together, their loud cawing and erratic movements can appear quite disordered to the casual observer. Imagine hundreds of crows cawing at once, their black feathers glinting in the sunlight. The noise can be deafening and the sight somewhat eerie. Yet there's a method to this madness. It's an impressive, if slightly intimidating sight. These gatherings serve multiple purposes, from socializing to strategizing on food sources and even mourning their dead. But within this apparent chaos lies a complex social structure. Crows are incredibly social animals, and their interactions are far from random. Crows live in family groups, forming strong bonds with their mates and offspring. These family units are tight-knit, often staying together for years. They cooperate to find food, raise their young, and defend their territory. This cooperation extends beyond immediate family, with crows often helping out their neighbors. So, while the term murder might seem ominous, it's important to remember that these birds are highly social creatures with complex lives and even more complex relationships. Their social interactions are a testament to their intelligence and adaptability. Just like any family, really, only with more feathers and a penchant for shiny objects. Crows are known to collect and hoard shiny items, a behavior that adds another layer to their intriguing personalities. So next time you see a murder of crows, take a moment to appreciate the intricate social dynamics at play. Section 6. Cunning architects, crows and tool use. Move over chimpanzees and dolphins. There's a new tool user in town, and it's wearing feathers. Crows are renowned for their intelligence, but their ability to use tools takes things to a whole new level. Forget simply using sticks to extract insects from tree trunks, though they excel at that too. These avian Einsteins have been observed crafting their own tools, bending twigs into hooks to retrieve food from hard-to-reach places. Some crows even fashion tools from novel materials like wire or pieces of plastic. It's like watching a tiny feathered MacGyver at work, only without the mullet and the questionable 80s fashion sense. Their ingenuity knows no bounds, proving that when it comes to problem solving, crows are truly in a league of their own. Section 7. Urban legends or avian accomplices. Stories abound of crows collaborating with humans, acting as lookouts for fishermen, or even leading lost travelers to safety. Are these tales mere folklore, or is there some truth to the idea of crows as our feathered friends? While it's tempting to romanticize their intelligence, it's important to remember that crows are primarily motivated by self-preservation and, of course, food. If they cooperate with humans, it's likely because they see some benefit for themselves. But that doesn't mean their actions can't be mutually beneficial. After all, what's wrong with a little interspecies cooperation? Perhaps in time, we can learn to coexist peacefully with these intelligent creatures, sharing our urban jungles, and maybe even a few snacks along the way. Just don't expect them to start paying rent anytime soon. Section 8. Corvid culture, passing down knowledge. Here's a thought that might just ruffle a few scientific feathers. Crows exhibit signs of culture. No, they don't have art galleries or operas, though that would be quite a sight. But they do pass down knowledge and behaviors from one generation to the next, a hallmark of cultural transmission. Young crows learn by observing their elders, mimicking their tool-using techniques, food preferences, and even their grudges against specific humans. Apparently, those are passed down with particular enthusiasm. This cultural transmission allows crows to adapt to their environment and thrive in a variety of habitats. It also means that each crow community develops its own unique set of traditions and behaviors, making them all the more fascinating to observe.